Hi, Bernhard. What do we do in this video?
I think this one is going to be a short one. We enable storage spaces direct on our storage cluster.
You hope
Right?
so. We will see.
Yeah, it's a very short command, does a lot of things, but should be quick if everything is correct. So keep fingers crossed.
I do. So if you want to know what this command is doing, it's doing a lot. We explain that in our other video series. We want to be fast here. So for you to remember, I'm not typing here. I get cluster fault out domains. Two minuses. That's a new new
too
thing. With the
much.
next Azure Stack HCI version, we have double minuses in the command. No, we don't. It's just a joke. So we have two sites here, and that's the difference to our non-stretch cluster. And if I now do the enable cluster S2D command, and let's do a verbose here, it will recognize. No, it will not recognize because I'm missing a feature. And so we have to restart this recording. So I didn't expect this. It seems that I forgot something to install, right?
But it's a good thing. I mean, the cluster did, or the command did pick up that it is requiring storage replica for that stuff because we do have a stretch cluster, right? Yeah, let's do it. And maybe we speed up the video, right? So storage replication is the feature we need. Carsten will set it up. And once we have it, then we'll do the same command again. Okay. So you may run into the same issue as we do. But if it's not an issue here. I mean, just install the stuff and then keep on.
So it's called
keep on doing it again.
storage replica. So we will do that. Computer name. I don't know if let's do this on this one, and then we change the last digit to 2, 3, and 4. We have to restart.
Yeah, and we will speed that up.
We will. The restart, you mean?
This and the whole installation process, right?
So now I installed storage replica on all 4 nodes, and we had to reboot the systems. So here we are again.
Keep
now
fingers
we can
crossed
do
now.
the enable cluster S2D again, right?
Yeah.
Let's try.
Let's see.
I know you love when we have some. Oh yeah, that's looking fine. So you see here, he's checking if the system support S2D. That's fine. He finds only NVMe, so we don't have caching devices, nothing else. There's one disk not claimed. This is an USB device where I installed the servers fresh. So fortunately, it doesn't include it in the storage space stuff. Cool. And now we start our creation of storage spaces direct. Yeah. He's setting default fault domain awareness to cluster storage subsystem because this is important. We have two sites. So now he will create for us two storage pools, one pool in each site. Hopefully. Because
that's and we will have a look later, right? In
we will.
in Failover Cluster Manager, because and we mentioned this. I mean, this is the only scenario where you can have at this stage, November 2023, more than one storage pool in an Azure Stack HCI system, right? Yeah. So for
only
normal,
if it's a stretched Azure Stack HCI cluster.
Yeah.
By the way, you see it here. Node 1 sees 12 from 12 devices. In all 4 nodes, we have 4 times 6 devices, so 24, but he
Mhm.
only sees the two times 6 devices on
Ah,
his side.
yeah.
That's a
Got it.
that's a good indication that
Mhm.
that it found
Side
stretched
space, yeah.
yeah the
Yeah.
two sides.
Okay.
So let's have a look. First, let's do a get storage pool,
Mhm.
and we should see two pools. Yeah, we
Mhm.
see them here. The
Mhm.
primordial pools, they are there anyway, and we talked about that in the other series.
Mhm.
And here we have now two new pools: pool
Mhm.
for side even and
Mhm.
pool for side odd. So,
Cool. Mhm.
and they have both the same size
Mhm.
available, yeah, and there
Mhm.
are 3 GB used so far.
Mhm.
Should be soon more. So let's
Mhm.
do a get storage tier.
Mhm.
We should see many tiers. Yeah. Um,
Mhm.
we see two nested parity.
Mhm.
If I order them, if I get it, it was sort or sort.
Mhm.
Was it sort? I think so, right?
Yes. Sort by what? By friendly name or by?
Yeah. Was it sort by? I don't.
No,
I
no, no.
didn't like
Sort on the, and then you take the.
friendly name, right?
Yes.
Sort friendly name, so that we
There is
see. Oh,
an I missing. An I
that's a
missing.
bit friend. It's
Yeah.
so we see
There
we
you
have
go.
two capacity, two mirror
Mhm.
on
Mhm.
SSD, two
Mhm.
nested mirror on SSD, and two
Mhm.
nested parity on SSD.
Mhm.
And we don't have the information for which storage pool this is,
Mhm.
because
Mhm.
normally Azure Stack HCI cluster and a storage-based direct cluster has only one pool. So printing the pool here in the default
Yeah.
overview wouldn't be helpful. It would be always the same. But here you
Mhm.
see we have two of
Two
them.
poles.
So
Mhm. Okay.
question is if we have somewhere in get storage tier,
Yeah.
yeah, or we will see it in admin center. Yeah,
I mean, maybe under the extended properties, so it might not
yeah,
be
there
displayed
will
here,
be,
but
but
yeah.
storage tier, and if we do an FL star,
Yeah.
we would, I think we would have something here. Huh? No, it's not. What do you see it? No.
Yeah, it might be, hidden
Yeah,
under the
no, we don't see it.
object ID, maybe,
Yeah,
right?
under the object ID, and we have
With the GUID
to
resolve it.
combine it with
Mm,
another thing. Okay, but there's
yeah.
one more thing I want to
Hmm.
show you.
Yeah.
Virtual disk.
Okay.
Yeah, we have already 4 volumes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but in essence, it's our cluster performance history volume that we
Hmm.
know from uh, our theories we done before, where the
Hmm.
cluster stores information every 10 seconds about
Hmm.
the various performance information in the cluster. Very cool.
Hmm.
All the graphics in admin center, Windows Admin Center are
Hmm.
fetched from this cluster performance history.
Hmm. Hmm.
But here we see we have two cluster performance histories, and we have two
Hmm.
cluster performance history SR log.
Hmm.
And this is our first stretched volume,
Hmm.
because the cluster performance history is also a bit important.
Hmm.
So Microsoft creates a stretched cluster performance history volume
Hmm.
that can be present on both sides, and
Hmm.
we will see later with the other stretched volumes how we do that. Yeah.
Maybe do you want to show Failover Cluster Manager for who is owner of what log?
Of course, we can do that, but first let me
Mhm.
add the cluster.
Mhm.
And if you are attentive, you would maybe think he already added the cluster to Windows Admin Center. That's true, but Windows Admin Center
Did not pick up
did,
the storage stuff we did afterwards, so that's why you removed it, and now you are
yes.
taking it back into it in order to refresh the
Ah, so
logic.
that's, yeah, this is still the wrong. This is still wrong. I removed it. I
You
restarted the
you are
service.
missing the volumes, right?
Yeah, I'm missing the volumes, and it's not disks, it's devices.
Hmm.
Yes, so here we have to do something with Windows Admin Center, remove it again, maybe
Mm.
reboot the host and the management host, and then Yeah, so we don't have volumes, we don't have disks,
Okay, yeah.
devices. This would be the CSV disks of a standard Hyper-V cluster. But
Hmm.
let's have a look here. Yeah, you
Okay.
wanted to see the owner of the storage
Hmm.
volume, so we have them under disks.
Hmm.
If we look here, these
Okay.
are our volume names. So
Hmm.
we have our cluster performance history,
Hmm.
and we have another history with a, let's say, GUID, two GUIDs, right?
Yeah, so you have the cluster virtual disk, which is originally, or at least, it's being owned by node number one, and it's being replicated to node number two, right? So that's making
Yeah,
sense,
that's
right? So
right.
we are replicating it from one side to the other. So you see it also here as source and destination. So we have the arrow is pointing from odd to even.
Mhm.
And for doing this, I mean, from the previous videos we did, how we explained how the synchronous replication works, you need to have two log files, and this is these are the bottom ones, right? So one log file on the source and one on the destination.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Um,
So if there is more information in the
mm,
Failover Cluster Manager, but first a word of advice: you
mm,
can use it to look at the stuff, but don't use it to create the replication. For that, Windows Admin Center is very nice, and
yeah.
look here
It,
at the information, fine,
mhm,
but don't play around here. Yeah, because it's
yeah.
Failover Cluster Manager is not really the right tool for that. That is
There,
my
yes,
opinion.
there the you need to follow right order, and yeah, maybe it's a little bit misleading. And I think, and I agree, it's easier doing when using Windows Admin Center for this. But I think we are going to fix our Windows Admin Center issues first. Maybe not in this video, but we'll fix it and then do the creation of the volumes in the next video. Or is there
Exactly.
anything else that you want to show in this one?
No, so far
Okay.
we are fine.